ThaBoxingvoice.com live here with Tony the Tiger Thompson, and yet another big opportunity here. We in his hometown, Washington, D.C. Talk to us, man. You're taking on a very, very dangerous Luis Ortiz. They call him King Kong for a reason.
Well, he's taking on a very dangerous Tony Thompson. You call him King Kong. I call him Curious George. So this is my hometown, man, and I'm not letting nobody come to my hometown and embarrass me. So we ready. We prepared.
You're saying Curious George. Is it because you feel that he hasn't been tested with a level of caliber fighter such as yourself? You being in the ring with Vladimir Klitschko 2 times, you dethroning David Price 2 times. Is that the thing, he hasn't been on your level yet?
Exactly. I mean, everybody's so quick to give a person a moniker. He has to live up to that moniker, and I think this is his opportunity as well as my opportunity. So let's see who takes advantage.
But the win over Brian Jennings and the fashion in which he got that win, you don't give any credit to that. I mean, Brian Jennings was an undefeated fighter at the time. I mean, outside of the loss to Vladimir Klitschko, which you don't get it's not a knock losing to Vladimir.
Well, I mean, again, you know, I've said this before, Brian Jennings is one of my favorite fighters, but he's not Tony Thompson. You know, I've been through certain things Brian Jennings has not seen yet. And honestly, I think if Brian wouldn't have got caught, he probably would have won the fight to me. So, again, kudos to Brian Jennings for the fighter that he is, but it's my time right now.
Everybody talks about the Southpaw Style. We don't see very many heavyweights with the Southpaw Style. How do you combat that in this fight?
To me, it's not a style. It's just I don't care what hand you throwing punches with. Both hands are going to be used in the fight. So a stance is just what it is. It's a stance, man. I'm trained to beat any stance, any style. So let's see if he can cope with my left hand stance like I got to cope with his.
Now, Tony, obviously you said something very controversial when this fight was announced, that you said that you're not going to be nearly half as good a shape you were in with Vladimir Klitschko. Has that changed? Have you decided to go the extra mile for this, or is it what it is?
I mean, of course I went the extra mile, if you want to call it that. I mean, I trained my ass off. You know, Vladimir, we had 8, 10, 12 weeks to train for this fight. We had 3.5 weeks, but I brought back the absolute best fitness conditioning trainer in the business, BB Hudson. And I think we're in absolute great shape, for real, you know. But again, those years ago, I have to go day by day in this game, to be honest. I'm 44. I'm not 34, 24. I'm 44. So I have to bring what I have that night into the ring.
Well, Tony, thank you very much. If you have any social media you want to give it out this time for those that aren't following, you can do so.
Well, you know, I'm on Facebook as my regular name. You can follow my fan page, Tony the Tiger Thompson. On Twitter, Anthony Thompson. Instagram, even though I don't use the crap most, I'm too busy playing golf to be on social media too much. But I always try to answer the fans' questions, man, whether it's negative or positive. I always try to give a straight answer to whatever question they might have. So feel free to hit me up anytime, as long as it's respectful.
Well, thank you very much, Tony.